Whoa. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, I had it over there because, you know, I would used to do videos with my glasses on, and, you know, you can see me in the reflection. So, whatever. And then, anyways, and then, you know, I was gonna do it with the, you know, just MIDI file, just a MIDI thing, but never really got around to that. And, you know, I actually have the thing recorded. I actually have the voiceover recorded, but meh, whatever. And by the time I got around to the point where, you know, I actually had time to do it, you know, everything else is coming apart. You know, that was the time I had just started coming out, and, you know, to a few people, and it just didn't work out. Then there's another project, like doing some sound effects for a movie, for a little video clip. Yeah, whatever. I probably only needed to. So it was probably only a half hour of work, but I had already done most of the prep for. Or maybe it was probably a couple hours of work that I had done most of the prep for, and honestly, if I had the next 3 days off, I probably, you know, would go in and do it. But whatever. So that's blown. And so I get into this semester. Start off the semester, this past semester, spring. It's over now. And it might be completely over. But, so I get in this spring and sign up for 15 credits. Same as before. It's kind of in that, well, I say a transitional period a lot more ways than one. So I get in there, and yes, 15 credits. That includes 2 history classes. Now, I've been a history minor since I got here, pretty much. Since I first declared a major, I've been a history minor. So it's going on 4 years. And so I signed up for these 2 300 level history classes. One of them was French Empire, and the other one was kind of a Age of Revolutions class, I think. I don't know. And we were mainly focused on the French Revolution when I was there. And I think he was going to go into 1848 and then 1917, but I think that was or maybe it was just French Revolutions. I mean, it might have just been, 48 and 71, whatever. But I got to, but I was missing days, and missed a couple of weeks in there because just wasn't worth getting out of bed. I just didn't see the point of getting out of bed. I mean, this whole the whole transgender thing was just, it was boiling over. It was boiling the fuck over. And And by the time I started taking care of that problem, and it was most definitely a problem. I mean, if, when you're losing entire weeks to, call it dysphoria, call it depression, call it, whatever the hell you want, it's a problem. When you're feeling like that for that long, I mean, probably the only thing that saved me was just the fact that I was, too mentally tired to get out of bed. And that's probably the only thing that saved me at those times. So, but yeah, the week after MagFest, I missed the entire week. I wasn't in class, and it was winter break, but I missed the entire week of work. And whole days, 2 days in a row. The day before I missed, the day before I started hormones. February 13th was the last one. But I was missing, a day or two a week. And yeah, my room's right out front, so yeah. So yeah, I mean, the mailbox is right on the other side of this, and the wall. We got the computer monitor right here, and then the wall's about a foot behind that, and on the other side of the wall is the entryway and the mailbox and all that shit. Where the fuck? Where did I put that water? On the table. So I get on about. So by the time I got this crap under control, it was too late. I'd missed way too much, and so I dropped the history classes. It turns out that by dropping them that late in the semester, it's an unsuccessfully completed course. It's an attempted course, but unsuccessfully completed. It's a W grade. So. Yeah, and I got an incomplete in a world of ideas course, which is basically like this philosophy and literature thing. It's a final paper. That's what it is. It's a 5-page paper. It's a 5-page paper on a writing prompt that I'm thinking about doing 1984, mainly because that's the one that's not going to piss the professor off. But yeah. So yeah, yesterday was just horrible. After I got that email around noon, and so I started sending it. I forwarded it to various people in the support network, and they're emailing suggestions about who to contact and whatever. And so far, I'm still gonna be in the court in school. It's not getting financial aid, so which basically means I have about 3 months. 3 months working full time before. I'm working full time this summer. $8 an hour. Just janitor shit. So, yeah, $8 an hour. My rent's paid. I don't have a parking pass yet. That's coming in a couple weeks once I start getting an actual full-time paycheck. I did get paid tomorrow. Yeah, I have 46 cents in my checking account right now. 46 cents in my checking account right now. I do get paid tomorrow. It's it's enough to get me home and back. Because one of my cousins is graduating high school this weekend. It's enough to get me home and back. It should be enough to get me to Chicago and back. To meet up with some friends, and I do call them friends. It's a transgender group. It's the Reddit. It's a Reddit transgender group for Chicago, and a bunch. I do get. They're probably the closest to friends I have, especially the ones that are still around here. There are probably a handful of people that that actually go to school here that I might consider friends, but they're gone. They're home for the summer. And none of them are involved in the political crap. None of those friends are involved in the political crap. I've been involved with college Republicans for ages. Met some good people there. And I'll still stay involved with them. I know what people might say, but fuck it. Alright, I'm not gonna let some, just because I figured I'm trans, that doesn't mean I'm gonna suddenly become some, fire-breathing Democrat partisan. I'm not even a Republican partisan. The only reason I'm a Republican is, the only reason I've been voting Republican is because I can't stand what the Democrat Party has become. Especially in this state. Fucking Wisconsin, pretty much the only good Democrat we've had in ages lost in 2010. Lost the Senate seat in 2010. So, yeah, and I didn't vote that year. So, I wasn't involved at all then because I was just getting settled here. I didn't vote in 2010. Otherwise, I wouldn't vote for Feingold. I'm fine admitting that, but I'm also fine admitting that I voted pretty much straight down the line Republicans. Apart from that, because, well, I've told this story before on Twitter and I probably told this story in the Let's Plays on a stream, but in the game stream, but over on the on the Rambling Gamer crap. Dark Horse video is 12 on YouTube, by the way. Or is it? I think it's Dark Horse video is 12. Some Dark Horse thing game. But yeah, I'll get to that one. But so the story of why I left the Democrats behind, that goes back to 10th grade, 2006. By the way, I had been a founding member of the Young Democrat Club at my high school, so. But anyways, it's like February 2006 or March or something like that, and my history teacher, Navy vet, one of the reasons I actually signed up, and probably, good man. His daughter actually goes to preschool with my brother, so small fucking world. Or went. I suppose that preschool is done for the year now, but so he and he was the advisor for Young Democrats, by the way. So he invites a couple of guys in to give a civics lecture, a couple of lawmakers. First one is Bob Jauch, who was at the time my state senator. He's just retiring this year, actually. And he goes up and he talks about what he does, the committee process, just what he does as a legislator. And then my congressman goes up. And this was 2006, so my congressman was a man by the name of Dave Obey. And anyone who was paying attention around politics at that time knows who Dave Obey was, or at least knew who Dave Obey was. I mean, he'd been in Congress since like 1969. And my mom was like 3 months old. My mom was 3 months old when he got into Congress, and he had been like a state senator before then, or a state or assemblyman or something like that. So Obey comes up. First thing out of his mouth, well, first of all, he was late for the class. So that's already not a good thing. But then he comes up, and first thing out of his mouth is a question. Show of hands, how many of you are going to be old enough to vote in the next election? And the next election, of course, was the 2006 midterms, where it was a Democrat tsunami. So, and it was coming. Everyone knew it was going to be a Democrat tsunami, but so he comes up, and one student raised his hand, because this is a 10th grade class. We're all 15, 16 years old. I mean, none of us was going to be old enough to vote. And the one guy who was, he got held back. Actually, I think he had like some drug problems, but he got held back. He got held back a year. So, and the look on his face. And this was Democrat leadership. This was the third ranking. This was the third ranking Democrat in the House at the time. Now this is the guy who was going to be in charge of the House Finance Committee, and he got House Finance Committee chairmanship. And the look on his face was, it was a "why the fuck am I here" kind of look. And that's pretty much the day I found out that a lot of these people, most of these people at the top, if someone has a lot of power, they're really only interested in keeping or increasing that power. They're not interested in what's good for the people. They're interested in what's good for them. Especially someone who's been in Congress for, I think it was 35, 40 years at the time. It was he ended up serving 40 years. And retired in 20, and announced his retirement in 2010 because Sean Duffy was running, and he was gonna get, he was gonna get fucking steamrolled. But I really lost my faith with the Democrat Party back then. I realized right then that for the most part, Democrats had very much sold their souls. The Democrat Party sold its soul to stop George W. Bush. And I didn't know much about the Republicans back then. I mean, I've been watching Glenn Beck for a little bit, but he wasn't much of a partisan. I mean, he was he was a little more establishment Republican than he is now. But even then he was more libertarian than anything. So, but that was pretty much the extent of my involvement at the time. I didn't get involved with young Republicans. I mean, wish I would have. The young Republicans at that school, that was a tight ship. That was a very well run student organization there. Yeah. So, and then I pretty much lost my faith in. Well, I never had a whole lot of faith in the Republican Party as an institution. I've been involved with college Republicans for a while, but it's a good and it's a good organization. It's a lot of good people in that group. Accepting is all fucking. At least this campus, the one on this campus, is accepting as all hell. I mean, but I think the one time I didn't vote Republican was, 2010 I didn't vote. The one time I did not vote Republican was the 2012 Senate race. I couldn't bring myself to vote for Tommy Thompson because he's 70 years old. 70 years old, very, very widely known to be an alcoholic, an active alcoholic. And whatever. Some people are, and fuck. I'm borderline myself. but but it is. He's just big government Republican. The Democrat running was Tammy Baldwin. I considered her, but a little too Madison for my taste. And says the person who is completely enamored with with the Majestic in Madison. Well, whatever. And so I ended up voting third party there. I ended up voting for a guy named Nimrod Allen. And that's a funny story. I ended up meeting his, I think it was his son at the College Republican retreat. I mean, I didn't know it was his. I didn't know they were related at the time. It didn't even cross my mind at the time. But I ended up meeting. A guy who, one of his, probably a really close relative of his at the College Republican retreat last year, and well, I didn't just meet him, and we talked for like an hour and a half, and we were both blasted, but we were talking about video games and technology and stuff like that. I mean, he's some kind of he's way off in ANCAP world. I mean, I really can't understand where he's coming from. I mean, needs some fucking regulation, right? I mean, without regulation, I'm getting discriminated against. He's probably getting discriminated. No, he would have probably been discriminated against. I mean, he's black. He's got. I mean, ANCAP means he might get discriminated against. I cannot understand that at all. But it's more community based. I mean, Nimrod was about Nimrod's big thing is community farming, urban farming actually, but I get way off track really fucking easy. But so I got about 3 months. About 3 months, work during the day, and come back here and do what I can to actually do something. Come back here and actually make something. I mean, fuck, I got probably 15 months. Actually, I could probably find that out. What I got here, Rambling Gamer. I actually do have that one up. Yeah, the last finished one I have here is from June 19th. That's from the last finished Pokemon one I have here. I think I got some SimCity that. Yeah, there's no way in hell this from the SimCity betas for like March, February. Shit. What is this? A remaster Extreme Trial Motocross. That's from March. This is March last year. So, Cho'Gath Eats the World. That was an April Fool's Day thing. Oh, what the fuck? That's it. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Shit. So yeah, June. It's looking like, yeah, June of last year was the last one I actually put up. And I don't even know when, which means, and even that was a month old when I put it up. So yeah, I have stuff sitting here from May 31st of last year, so literally a year old. I got stuff sitting here. So and really all that is, you know, chopping a little bit off the front end, chopping a little bit off the end, and syncing the audio and video, making sure they're synced. Oh yeah, that's what all this stuff is. Yeah, let's see what we got. Move glitch video here. We got Trayvon Martin special. Yeah, that was going on at the time. Yeah, I actually try to do a bunch of this kind of thing with my streams. Now I just talk about me a lot. You know, I just talked about me a lot because, well, I didn't really use a separate outlet. You know, I just kind of mashed it all together into one. I mean, you know, I did kind of a political podcast, a news podcast, and, you know, just the personal vlog thing. But yeah, now I'm gonna try to separate that out. So anyways, no, I do not have a cat. Not fucking getting a cat. I'm just not dealing with that shit right now. And I don't have enough room. I don't have enough room for a rabbit. So, no pets. No pets until I can get the rest of my life sorted. Anyways, I'd like to thank you all for watching this very long and rambling video. This is the first of what should be a daily thing from now on. The Firefly chats about whatever the fuck. Yeah, Firefly. That's a very interesting. Well, actually, not really an interesting backstory behind that. I mean, I've been using it, here and there for ages. I mean, it was a fucking, did not get it from where you're thinking of. Alright. I actually got this off of a Faith Hill album cover. So. Yeah, I got it from a Faith Hill album. Back in the day. I keep dropping shit. I'm not gonna have anything left on my desk, and my desk is fucking filled. It's fucking, junk everywhere on this thing. Yeah, I'm just fiddling around with a bunch of shit in my fingers here. So, anyways, if you have something to ask, email me, fireflychats@gmail.com. You can, the Firefly14 on Twitter. And, I'll have other videos going up. The Let's Play videos, they'll be going up over on the Dark Horse Videos 12. I think, actually, yeah, fuck it. I'm trying to think. There shouldn't be anything else. I mean, I got 2 more days of work this week, and then hopefully 3 off. I actually still need to email my boss about getting Monday off. Not really hopeful for that. If I don't get Monday off, then fuck it, I'm not going home. Because the entire point of going home is for my cousin's graduation party, and that fucking thing is... And it's like Sunday night. It's like 3 o'clock Sunday. And if I want to be half awake, I have to be back here by 11. And that's a 6-hour drive. That's not fucking... That's not fucking happening, unless I leave at like 5 o'clock, or like 5 or 6 o'clock. That's not fucking happening. So, anyways, I've been Morgan. Well, actually, I am Morgan. I don't really care if that's not my name yet, but that's who I am, and I don't need anyone's fucking permission to fuck. But that's my last video. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be doing the Let's Play videos. I'm gonna be actually posting some old recorded Radio Dead Air episodes. Streams and chat, whatever. And gonna have another probably gonna post some periodic rants, and I'm gonna get into the review thing. But I really need to get to work on actually editing those other videos. Anyways, now I'd like to thank you all for watching. Yeah, fair winds and falling seas to all of you. And until next time, good night.